Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to another Vintage Cube draft. Having a lot of fun. Still having a lot of fun playing this format. I'm thinking I'm going to take Time Twister here. I could take Mana Drain, but, this is technically a Power 9 card. Let's take the Power 9 card, shall we? We could wheel, Past in Flames and then maybe go into Storm. We'll see. But for now... Oh, goodness. Take Time Twister. There's 3 to 5 different decks you can play with Time Twister, and they're all pretty fun. I like Mull Drifter. We're going to see if we can start wheeling some Storm cards. Otherwise, we're going to have to go into Ramp. I do like Exploration. Mull Drifter is better if we want to stay blue. It's also pretty decent with Time Twister, but this is more of a green, almost combo card. Not necessarily, we can splash green to play this or play Fast Bond. So I'm going to take the Exploration. There's a Library of Alexandria. There's an Oracle of Moldiah. Library is really good, but it kind of goes against what I'm already trying to do here. I'm trying to play a bunch of stuff quickly, and Library is the ultimate, we're going to play the game slowly magic card. I can take the Signet. Signet is good with Time Twister. Oracle, though, playing multiple lands and allowing me to play lands off the top of my deck does synergize with Exploration. It itself is sort of an exploration card. So I think I'm going to take that, and maybe we go for the land ramp strategy. Okay, there's a Natural Order, there's an Avenger of Zendikar, there's a Chandra, which can give us a little bit of a mana refund. I kind of like Natural Order here. Because, as long as we have, some number of green spells, we can go fetch a big green, Woodfall Primus. If Avenger of Zendikar comes around, we can get Avenger of Zendikar. Yeah, let's take Natural Order. We can also play Time Twister in a deck that just, plays out a huge amount of mana dorks or something. I like Gilded Lotus here. Gilded Lotus does fit with the theme. It doesn't require anything new from us. Chart a Course might also be good. There's a Thespian Stage, there's a Prismatic Vista, or a Whisperwood Elemental. If I was going into the green dudes deck, I think I would take Whisperwood Elemental. This card is really, really strong. But I'm going to go with Prismatic Vista here, because if we get, a Ramanop Excavator or a Crucible of Worlds, we can just, play a whole bunch of lands out of the grave every turn until we have, no lands in deck, which would be awesome. Wheel of Fortune. There's a Brain Freeze. We already have one Draw 7. Wheel of Fortune is another Draw 7, though. We could play out a whole bunch of lands and Draw 7, and then Time Twister and do it again. I think I kind of want to Storm. I always want to Storm. That's me. That's Kano. But we'd be missing out on a Cabal Ritual. I'm going to take the Brain Freeze. Okay, there's a Turnabout. Turnabout is good if you have mana doublers, but it's also really good if you just play a ton of lands. So I will take a Turnabout. Let's see. There's Past in Flames. There's Garrick. I think I'm going to go with Past in Flames here. So the good thing is Past in Flames came all the way around. And Brain Freeze, even if we end up playing none of the green cards we just took, we still have a really good setup for Storm. Because I didn't see any more important cards for Storm than these in the same packs. I don't think, not conscious recollection. I just looked at those packs a little bit ago. I guess I'll take Ignite Memories. This is also another Storm win condition as long as they have a card that isn't a land in hand. I guess I'll take a Skull Clamp. Maybe we get a bunch of dorks, and that's our draw engine. Lightning Helix can be a win with 1,000 Year Storm if we get it. Otherwise, I guess it's Koth, but we don't have a ton of mountains. Maybe I'll actually take a Mesmeric Fiend. Steamkin is good in the deck that, or the Storm deck that casts a lot of red spells, though I don't know that this is it. And we can play Exploration in a Storm deck pretty easily, but I'm gonna move these cards over here, because I don't know if I'm playing these. I may not even be playing Gilded Lotus, but, we're going to focus in on this and see what shows up. If we get a Fast Bond, Wheel of Fortune, last pick. If you had asked me what cards out of that pack we're going to wheel, I would not have told you that one. Apparently, nobody wants to cast a Draw 7. That's interesting. Now, I do have Natural Order, and I can take Craterhoof here. If I get, I don't know if, what's it called? I don't know if Empty the Warrens is in this format. I think they might have replaced it with Ignite Memories. Otherwise, we just take, a card that's much better for the Storm deck and take Manamorphose. I really want Manamorphose if I'm going to be playing a Storm deck, especially with Past in Flames and Wheel. like regrowth if it comes around is fine. Someone's gonna take Craterhoof. Craterhoof's not gonna wheel, but I have like no creatures. I do have Natural Order though, which is the only reason I'm kind of pausing on that. So this is a tropical island. I can also take Polluted Delta or Sedgemoor Witch. We could like Natural Order into Primeval Titan. I guess that would be a ramp spell. I think I'm going to take Trop just because Island Duels are really good, and it does let us splash an Exploration really easily as long as we get a blue fetch. There's a blue fetch. Actually, there's a Island Duel that is red. So that we passed Polluted Delta, and we're passing Flooded Strand if I take this Steam Vents. But Steam Vents is really important for this deck. I guess I'd want a Brazen Borrower or like a Dragon's Rage Channeler if I can get it on the wheel. I would even take like a Consecrated Sphinx, but... Scalding Tarn. I do want a Scalding Tarn. Scalding Tarn makes this deck's mana like perfect. We don't need much else. If we can wheel like a Thirst for Discovery, or possibly even a Sylvan Library, we'd have a really good deck. There's a Firebolt. Firebolt is, if we end up in the Thousand Year Storm deck, which the red-blue deck I think would want to play, we can use this as a win condition, but it also keeps us alive. Like, this is an interactive spell. We're not really an Embereth Shieldbreaker deck. We're not really a Stomping Ground deck, although I could take Stomping Ground. It would let Scalding Tarn fetch green, but I don't know how much green I'm going to be playing, and Scalding Tarn can already fetch green off Trop. So I'm going to take the Firebolt. There's Mind's Desire. I would love to have Misty Rainforest here, but I'm not going to pass up a Mind's Desire, especially not when I already have 2 technical Storm win conditions. Because Mind's Desire just gets so much better. So I already have a Breeding Pool effect in the form of Trop, which is superior. I'm going to definitely take Frantic Search here because Frantic Search is just incredibly good. There's been so much fixing in our colors going around. I hope that one of them at least comes back to us. Now, I could play Uro in this deck, which is kind of interesting. I think the actual pick's probably Faithless Looting, just to help sculpt our hand. We do have Past in Flames, which is both red and buys back stuff out of the grave. The alternative thing is I can play Uro, which is just like a 3-mana Explorer that can gain us life and draw a card, but it's also an alternate win condition, and we are splashing green. I think I'm going to go with the Looting, though, because Looting having flashback, especially with cost reduction, is pretty big. Could this be an Omnath deck? Could we play Omnath Storm? I think it's better than any of the other cards in this pack, and we are basically 3/4 of the way there. If we get like a random Temple Garden or Hollowed Fountain, we can just splash Omnath. We have 2 fetches, so I mean, it's not entirely unreasonable. I guess Palancron is the Storm card out of here. If we were playing Black Storm, I'd play Sedgemoor Witch. I think the only reason I'd play Black is if I had like a Underground Sea and I found a Demonic Tutor or something like that. I guess I can take Karn as a random big card we can cast like in the late game. Kiki Jiki, we could like backdoor into a weird Kiki combo with like a Deceiver Exarch. It's not really a Geist deck. I'll take Rishadan Port, but I'm probably not playing Rishadan Port. This could be a Besiju deck. Besiju could kill like a Lodestone Golem, and Scrap Heap Scrounger to the side. It's also pretty decent with, ooh. I will be taking a Time Walk with Reckless Disregard for basically anything else in this pack. Saga would be good, Narset would be good, Imperial Seal would be decent, but we're taking the Power 9 piece. We'd kind of like a High Tide, we'd kind of like a... we would take a Mana Flare or a Heartbeat of Spring. We'd definitely take a Time Spiral if we found one. There's an Everflowing Chalice. There's a Watery Grave, which we don't need for Omnath. I guess I could play Everflowing Chalice. Spire Bluff Canal is fixing in our colors, and it's not even like half bad, but I think what I'm actually going to do is take Cultivate here, because Cultivate's a great setup card. We can also take Shelldock, but Watery Grave would be like speculative as if I got Demonic Tutor, which like I said, but we'll take Cultivate, because Cultivate also fixes our mana, and we can play it in our primary game plan. There's a Time Spiral. We are looking for a mana doubler. That is the only thing that is missing from this Storm deck being amazing. A Young Pyro would be okay. Trinket Mage, we have nothing to fetch off of Trinket Mage. I will take Time Spiral. There's a Lotus Bloom, which is decent in Storm. I can just take Mana Leak as a way to protect the combo or like disrupt my opponent early game. That's really not bad. I feel like our mana is a little bit suspicious for this deck. Like, I don't have quite enough good cards. I can play Steamkin in this deck, so there's that. I just don't have quite as many red spells as I would like. I think I'm going to take the Mana Leak, because Lotus Bloom goes in so few decks that it probably will wheel. 1,000 Year Storm. There's also Daze and Miscalc in the same pack. We saw no red rituals, by the way. We have not seen a Seething Song or a Pyretic Ritual or Desperate Ritual. Chain Lightning will not wheel. 1,000 Year Storm might. But the thing about 1,000 Year Storm is it turns Frantic Search and Manamorphose into, like, incredible rituals. So I think I have to take it. There's a Treasure Cruise. Treasure Cruise does not do well with Past in Flames, and we only have one fetch land. There's a Mirari's Wake, which is a mana doubler. It's not a great one, but if we can splash Omnath, we can splash Mirari's Wake. And we can splash, like, maybe off of Gilded Lotus, Manamorphose, and Prismatic Vista Cultivate for basic planes. We're just playing 5-color Storm. So Bloodstained Mire can get Steam Vents, and that's it. So it's not actually that great of a fetch for us. Wishclaw Talisman is great. I think I will take Echo of Eons. Echo of Eons and Faithless Looting is a huge combo. We played this in the Vintage Cube live stream deck that I did, where we were casting it immediately off of LED, which was amazing. I will take Echo. Baral being a cost reducer. If we don't have a lot of rituals, Baral being a cost reducer is huge. I would not mind a Fiery Islet. It is a non-island duel, but at this point it looks like we're not getting High Tide because I don't think there's a High Tide anywhere in these packs. Somebody else has probably taken a High Tide. I guess I can take Thundermaw Hellkite as just like random top end. Oh, I can take Plateau. Plateau we can get off Scalding Tarn and it fixes for Omnath / Mirari's Wake. That's awesome. I can take Vendilion Click as additional combo protection, or I can take Phyrexian Revoker as just like maybe I can name a problem permanent. I think I'm gonna go with Click. Young Pyro is an alternative win condition. We just cast enough instants and sorceries, we get a bunch of 1/1s. I do have a Skull Clamp, but I think that's a little too narrow to actually try and play around. Magda does make treasures and fix mana, as opposed to like Survival of the Fittest, which I don't know that I would play. Bloodthirsty Adversary is an expensive single spell flashback. I think I'm going to take a Signet, because this is on color if we're going to try and play Omnath. I'll take a Treasure Cruise, and I'll take a Wishclaw Talisman. Unfortunately, I don't think I can play the Wishclaw Talisman. We need to play a few extra lands, because we do have Cultivate, we have Exploration. We got, like, all the draw 7s. We have Time Spiral, Echo of Eons, Time Twister, and and Wheel of Fortune. Oh, this is going to be nuts. I think with all the draw 7s, I do not need Treasure Cruise. I think the problem is going to be how do we generate mana without a mana doubler? Because the only mana doubler we have is Mirari's Wake. I guess if we, like, get the fetch land trigger off Omnath, we can just ramp into victory. Palancron... This might be actually a good Palancron deck. If we Mind's Desire into a Palancron, that'll just give us a ton of mana. And... Sorry, the dog was making a weird noise. Just making sure he was alright. Snoozing. I also forgot we have Time Walk, which in this deck is probably just an Explore. But... let's see. I'm gonna cut Young Pyro Magda. I think I'm gonna cut Click as well. And maybe, I think this is not actually a Signet deck. I'll see how my mana looks after this. I guess Signet does synergize with both of our 3-mana wheel effects, which is pretty good. Maybe this isn't an Ignite Memories deck. Maybe we take Ignite Memories out, see how fast we storm, and if we're consistently storming when our opponent has a bunch of stuff in hand, which I guess they will. We have a bunch of draw 7, so that maybe that idea is not so great. Man, do I actually cut, like... Echo of Eons? Echo of Eons is really good, though, because we have Wheel of Fortune and Faithless Looting to get it into the grave. I could cut Mana Leak and we could just go all-in combo. I actually think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to cut Mana Leak and we're going to go all-in combo. So, add Trop, Steam Vents, Scalding Tarn, Prismatic Vista, Plateau. Add basic lands. This gives me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 red sources, which is pretty good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 blue sources, which is good. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 green sources. Yeah, I actually think that's pretty good. And I think exploration, even with 16 lands, is fine as long as we're casting at draw 7. We're probably going to have lands, hopefully. All right, yeah, let's do it. This looks like a deck. I think I might, if I remember, make a meme cover for this video. Depends on how this games go, but like if you see a if you see a meme thumbnail image, this is probably it. I'm so excited about drawing so many cards, I completely forgot I have Time Walk in this deck. Whew. I mean, Time Walk will just serve as... It's twofold. It's a twofold win condition. We can Thousand Year Storm into Time Walk, which I've only ever pulled off once, and it's amazing. Or, we can Time Walk after playing a whole bunch of lands just to untap them and win. Oh, I'm super excited about this. I'll see you guys in round 1. Alrighty, welcome to round 1. I think this hand is keepable. Alright, so we draw an island. That does actually make my life easier. So we're going to start on an island. This allows me to fetch my plateau off of Scalding Tarn, which will allow me to play Mirari's Wake without having to worry about using Manamorphose to filter. So we can save Manamorphose for Storm Count. This is also a one-sided mana doubler, so it's way safer to play out. It does look like my opponent is playing Control. So we do need to be a little bit careful about that. Okay, play Goblin Electromancer, pass the turn. We could actually get away with a mini brain freeze here of like Manamorphose, Faithless Looting, Brain Freeze. Okay, 3 mana to Fairy. They're gonna probably bounce Electromancer. Yeah. Alright. We untap. We draw Omnath. So with Manamorphose, we can actually play Omnath. I have to remember I can tap green to play Manamorphose, but pass the turn. Okay, opponent plays an island. They uptick to Fairy to 2. Okay, so opponent is just like screaming Counterspell. We draw Cultivate. So, I think what we try to do here is Manamorphose into Mirari's Wake. Yeah, we're going to play Mirari's Wake. Okay, they Counterspell. The reason that I did that and not cast Omnath there is because if I draw one of my 2 fetch, or if I draw my remaining fetch land, I can like Omnath, fetch land, Cultivate, and that'll kill Teferi. So, opponent charts a course, we pass. They untap. They play a Mox Pearl. They uptick Teferi to 3. And then they pass. Okay. We untap. We draw a forest. Let's go ahead and cultivate. Getting a mountain and an island. Put a mountain into play. Then play an island. Pass the turn. We may just end up ditching Omnath to a Faithless Looting, but we'll see. Okay. Opponent upticks to Fairy to 4. We untap. We draw Firebolt. So... white, blue, green, red. Play Omnath. They are going to Ancestral Recall themselves. We draw a card. We draw Past in Flames. Okay, let's gain some life. I could just Brain Freeze them, but I think we can do better. Yeah, I think we can do better. Okay, opponent ousts Omnath. They untap, they draw a card, they play a land. Uptick to Fairy to 5. And they are passing. So they're a very dirtily controlled deck, is what I'm seeing here. So, Faithless Looting. We can ditch Firebolt Past in Flames. Let's go Time Walk. Because if anything's going to get them to counter, it's going to be this. Oh, they don't. Okay, in that situation then, let's Brain Freeze our opponent and then Ignite Memories. Now, if they kill Goblin Electromancer in response, this is bad, but I don't think they will. I think they're going to try and save a counterspell for Past in Flames, which would be bad for us. They might be wondering why I didn't flashback Firebolt first for an extra storm count. But I'm hoping that if Ignite Memories puts them down into like the 2 life range, maybe, just maybe, we can... they also have Time Walk. They also have Brain Freeze. They also have Narset, which I'm now realizing I saw, despite having like 5 wheels, I did not pick Narset. Okay, opponent's going to daze a copy. They reveal Wrath of God. They reveal Factor Fiction. And they reveal Wrath of God. So, opponent lost. They lost a bit of life there. I just almost F6'd through my second turn here. You know what? Let's play 1000-Year Storm. They'll probably just Teferi unsummon, but never know, I guess. Opponent plays an island. Opponent plays a Seagate Stormcaller. So they're going to copy their next spell of mana value 2 or less. They Time Warp themselves. Okay. And they're going to bounce Electromancer. Interesting. They untap. They uptick to Fairy. And attack us for 2? Sure. We untap and draw an island. So we can play an island. Play Electromancer. I think I'm going to fire off a mini Mind's Desire here. And I say that because it's only going to be 2 copies, but if we had any instants or sorceries, it's going to be really good. Opponent scoops. Okay. So, Mana Leak. Opponent scoops the match? They don't even want to see the rest of this? We got cool stuff going on over here. Alright, well I guess I can't complain about a win, but I came here to play Magic, opponent. I'll see you guys in round 2. Alright, well we have Time Walk Past in Flames, so I'm going to keep this. Even if Time Walk is just explore, untap all your lands, I'm good with it. If we can draw a Time Twister or a Wheel of Fortune, that would make this hand way better. I'm going to lead on Forest so I don't just get completely obliterated by turn 1 Strip Mine. Opponent did mulligan to 6, which is worthy of note. They play a Mountain. Alright. We draw a Frantic Search, so Time Walk. Pass the turn. Untap. We draw Baral. Baral's kind of important. Yeah, we can play a Baral. He might die to a Lightning Bolt, but if he doesn't, Frantic Search is going to generate mana. Bolt Baral, alright. He's pretty dangerous. We untap. We draw a Mountain. Alright, play a Mountain. Pass the turn. I guess for every turn that our opponent does not develop the board... alright, they're a blue deck. That's actually not what I was hoping for. I was hoping they were a red deck. We draw Exploration. Well, that's dandy. Because now, if we draw lands, we can start playing a bunch of them. Especially if we draw 7. Or our opponent casts a draw 7. Opponent plays a Suspicious Stowaway, leaving up Mana Leak Miscalc mana. Okay, we draw Wheel of Fortune. I think I'm going to Frantic Search first. Then I'm going to discard Past in Flames and Ignite Memories. Untap our lands. Shock Steam Vents. I will Turnabout myself. Oh, shoot. I needed to tap Plateau for mana. I didn't do that, because now I can't cast Mind's Desire. So... Wheel of Fortune. Okay, we drew stuff. Maybe not amazing stuff, but we drew stuff. So let's play a mountain. We'll play an Electromancer. And then Firebolt, Suspicious Stowaway. I could have done that in the opposite order, but I guess if something gets dazed, I'd rather it be that. Pass the turn. Opponent discarded Inferno Titan, their own Wheel of Fortune, 2 lands. And now has 8 cards in hand. They're going to play a 5-drop. It's going to be Treachery. That's actually really good for them specifically, because they get to untap all their mana. Then they Time Spiral. This is actually fine. This is actually really good for us. Okay, yeah. I can see it. Okay, opponent plays a Mox. So they must actually be Storm. If they're playing Time Spiral, Wheel of Fortune stuff. So we're going to play Trop. We're going to play Island. We are going to loot Faithlessly. Oh, I should have cast Mirari's Wake first. Ditch 2 lands. White, green, this, and this. Oh, I really messed this turn up. Yeah, let's just cast Mirari's Wake, playing around like Miscalc. Okay, they have Mana Drain. Do I Brain Freeze them? I think the answer is no. So, like, next turn I have Cultivate, Flashback, Faithless Looting, Mind's Desire. Okay, they play Basalt Monolith, which is mana neutral. And they're either, like, some sort of Storm or Artifact-y deck. Like, Artifact Ramp. Is it Artifacts, I guess? I mean, if they cast enough spells, I'll just Brain Freeze them. I know they have Brain Freeze in their deck. They play a Murktide Regent. And attack us for 2, that's fine. So we untap. We draw plains. So, play a plains, play a Scalding Tarn, fetch, get an island. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 mana. So I can cultivate Mind's Desire, or I can flashback Faithless Looting and see if I get anything better, which I think is a distinct possibility. So flashback Faithless Looting, discard Firebolt. I don't have that many more basics left in my deck. I might want to discard Cultivate and just, like, cantrip off Omnath here. I think I'm actually going to do that. Maybe the correct play was just 1 mana spell and then Mind's Desire, but okay, we get to draw. It's a forest. Okay. Pass the turn. Okay, opponent plays a land. They play Fury, which will kill Omnath. Okay. Yeah, I think I was supposed to hold on to the Firebolt there, and not Omnath. We go to 9. We are dead next turn unless we storm off. Okay, Baral helps. So play a forest. Play Baral. Firebolt. Then I guess Mind's Desire, provided Baral doesn't die. And hope we hit some good stuff. Time Spiral is huge. Selesnya Signet's not bad. Manamorphose is pretty big as well. So, cast Selesnya Signet. We had so many draw 7s and we hit the best one. So as long as we can stop it from getting countered, we should be alright. Okay, Manamorphose. Say blue, blue. Do I want another island in play? I guess. Then I can either Brain Freeze now. Storm count would be 6. That would mill most of their deck. But then I would just Time Spiral. I'm going to Time Spiral now. Because if they counter it, then I can just Brain Freeze them. Okay. We get a bunch of lands untapped. Play Electromancer. Then I can tap a bunch of mana. Because Turnabout's only going to take 2 mana. I could actually Turnabout them, tap their lands. Yeah, let's do that. Turnabout you, land, tap. Okay, they didn't float mana. Then we can Manamorphose into red, blue. We draw 1,000-Year Storm. Cast 1,000-Year Storm. Frantic Search? We're gonna generate a lot of mana this way. Oh, I'm not dead, am I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I might be exactly out of cards. Um, draw, discard, draw, discard, draw. Oh, I think I have exactly enough. I was almost too greedy. Untap my lands, draw, discard, discard, untap my lands, draw, discard, and then draw, discard. And they have 7 cards in hand, so I'm gonna go with Ignite Memories. I'm not even gonna show them Brain Freeze, unless I have to. I guess this is what they meant by Past in Flames. Oh, the old Ignite Memories for a billion. Storm kill, huh? This is fun. I have never won a Storm match with Ignite Memories. It has never happened. It's funny, for having 7 cards in hand, they only revealed the same 3 over and over. Oh, that was awesome. Let's do that again. Mana Leak definitely coming in here. I think I should probably bring in Click as well. And then let's not play with so much suck this time. Let's actually, like, storm off, not miss sequence lands, you know. Don't get too excited. We'll get this done. We just, you know, we can't be so sloppy here. I think I'm gonna ditch Palincron and Gilded Lotus. We don't seem to be having any problems with mana right now, so. Okay. We have Omnath, Mana Leak, and Wheel of Fortune. So I think we're good. I could, like, shock my Steam Vents turn 1 and play Mind Games. Like I have a Spell Pierce. Opponent is going to Mox Diamond away a mountain. Okay. If that's the case, I'm going to start with Trop. Tropical Island is the most important of our mana. Opponent could just Wheel of Fortune here. Okay. I apparently picked the wrong color of mana. I should have shocked Steam Vents for this Faithless Looting. Did we get Prismatic Vista, so things are once again kind of okay? Let's go fetch a red source. We should have another mountain in the deck, I'm positive. Yeah, we do. We have another mountain left. Perfect. Play a Goblin Electromancer, pass the turn. This would allow us to cultivate next turn as long as our opponent doesn't have a counterspell. They play an island. Is this Teferi again? Basalt Monolith, okay. And they bolt Electromancer. We draw a land. Land is good. So then we can cultivate. Our basic plains is in the grave, but plateau is not. We need a forest and an island. We will put the forest... No. We will put the island into play tapped, play the forest, and play exploration. Oh wait, no, I played a land. Duh. Okay, we're good. Opponent untaps, they play an island. Tapping big mana here. Through the breach. Blightsteel. Okay, we're dead. So they must have Tinker, I imagine. Okay, can I do anything about this? Besiege You does not help. Not really. Alright. Opponent got us with the Wheel of Fortune off of a superior hand. Okay, I would like to play first. This hand does not do a lot. I'm actually going to mulligan that. This hand does stuff. Maybe not a lot of things, but it does some things. I think I put back Brain... No. Yeah, I think I put back Brain Freeze here. I guess I could put back Past in Flames, but I kind of want to Past in Flames a Time Walk. And I don't want this card really on the bottom of my deck, though I do have a ton of ways to shuffle. I want to put back Past in Flames. I guess we'll figure this out. Play a mountain, pass the turn. See how our opponent starts. They play an island. They pass. They must have Ancestral Recall. So we're going to play a Signet. Opponent has Ancestral Recall, Time Walk, and so this is an Omnath. It's red, blue, green, white. Play Omnath. Draw a card. Draw Plateau, pass the turn. Opponent plays a land. They play another Signet and pass. We draw a Wheel of Fortune, so play a forest, gain some life, go to combat, attack for 4. Time Walk. Hopefully they can't counter this. Oh, they have Mana Drain. That is not good. I don't know if it's more or less dangerous to let them have this Mana Drain this turn, or to Wheel of Fortune. They kept a hand, and I think they kept a hand of 7. I think I'm going to go for the Wheel of Fortune. That may have killed us. They had a Time Spiral, though, which I think they were going to cast. But they may have just top-decked through the Breach Blightsteel. Okay. Dragon's Rage Channeler at least says, hey, we're not killing you this instant. And they pass. We draw a 1,000-Year Storm. So I'm going to start this turn by Faithless Looting. Exploration's pretty big. I think we can ditch Click and 1,000-Year Storm. Play an island, gain life, play Exploration, play a mountain, gain mana, float a bunch of mana, turn about myself, then say land untap with Mana Leak backup. I can Frantic Search, because it's free. Yeah, ditch Firebolt and Forest, untap my mana. Then Time Spiral with Mana Leak backup. This might improve my opponent's hand more than mine, but they might just let this resolve. They're going to Bolt, Omnath, and Surveil. That's interesting. I'll allow it. I guess the thought process is if they draw another burn spell, they can kill Omnath. Okay. Cast Electromancer. Frantic Search. Draw 2. Discard. I'm pretty sure they're dead. We can discard Plateau. And I guess Mind's Desire, because I have practically everything I want to cast in my hand. Time Walk for Storm Count. Firebolt for Storm Count. Brain Freeze for Storm Count. Because I don't need to Time Twister this turn. I can just Brain Freeze them. And then we'll finish them off with Ignite Memories. And then they'll reveal Blightsteel Colossus, because that would be hilarious. It's more likely it's in their deck, though. So we mill a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah, it's in their deck. They reveal it once. They reveal it twice. And it's the final card in their deck. And then we Ignite Memories you. Storm count 12. No, they're holding too many lands. Okay, we got there. Whoo! All right. I'll see you guys in round 3. This Storm deck's hilarious. All right, well, we have better openers, but I mean, like, we have Firebolt to interact and we have Brain Freeze. I think I'm going to keep good old 4-color Ignite Memories Storm. Play an island, pass the turn. Opponent plays an Underground Sea. I'm getting duressed. How dare you, opponent? How absolutely dare you? So opponent is either Storm, or they could be like Blue-Black Controller Tempo. They could also be Reanimator. It remains to be seen, but Duress is a good Magic card. They take Firebolt from us. Interesting. Play a Mountain. Pass the turn. Opponent Portents themselves. It doesn't say whether or not they used Portent's ability. That is irritating. It should tell you what they do with the deck, but it does not. They hide away a card. Sure. We untap. They draw a card. We draw a Forest. Play Steam Vents tapped. Pass the turn. Opponent plays a Library of Alexandria. So they could just be Blue-Black Control. We draw Exploration, so cast an Exploration. Then play a Mountain. Oh, sorry, buddy. Pass the turn. I gingerly set my foot down on Porter's tail and felt bad about it. Even though he was of no harm, he just opened his eyes. Opponent draws an extra card. Plays a Godless Shrine tapped into a Rakdos Signet. Okay. We untap. We draw Frantic Search. So let us begin with a Frantic Search. You draw 2. Discard Past in Flames. Plains. Untap, untap, untap. Then I can, like, Signet Brain Freeze just to see what's going on. Though if they are Reanimator, that will accelerate them. Yeah, let's do this to at least see what their strategy is. I mean, I could have Brain Freezed myself there. Okay, they are many color control, it appears. So we're hoping to draw 7. Okay. Opponent can Shelldock Isle us. They cast a Grave Titan. This is bad. I totally forgot they had Shelldock Isle, and that Shelldock Isle relied on them just not having 20 cards in deck. So we will be dead in approximately 3 attacks. Or 2 attacks, actually, because they attack us for 10, and then they get more zombies, and they attack us with those, and we die. Okay, opponent plays a Silent Clearing. We untap. Hey, it's Time Twister. Oh, I guess I shouldn't tap out of white mana. Let's go ahead and Time Twister. They have Force of Negation, pitching Fractured Identity. Alright. That's not my only draw 7 opponent. It's good to know they have Force, and it's good to know they have Fractured Identity. They attack us for a bunch. We draw nothing. I guess let's Past in Flames. Oh, I have to pay 5. Yeah, that's... I guess we should do this so we can get a little more information about their deck. Past in Flames with Flashback. Mystic Confluence. Just counter, counter, counter. Okay, well, it's good to know they have Mystic Confluence. It's good to know they have Force of Negation. Alright. So let's bring in Mana Leak. Mana Leak and Click. We'll drop Palancron and Gilded Lotus again. Let's try it like this. Let's try and keep something a little bit faster. Alright. I would like to play first. We have a lot of expensive spells in this hand we can't cast, so I'm going to mulligan. Okay. I will keep this. Put back in Ignite Memories. And I will start with a Mountain. Pass the turn. Okay, opponent plays a Zayatora's Proving Ground. Let's fetch up an island. Play Electroman. Pass the turn. Opponent plays a Windswept Teeth. Probably to fetch a Tundra. Okay. They are going to Portent me. This is fine. I'm probably just going to Time Twister, to be honest. We'll have more stuff on board than they do. So, I could Frantic Search first, actually. Let's do that. Floating a red. We can ditch Past in Flames, Vendilion Click, untap, untap, untap. That generates a mana. Then we can Manamorphose into red-blue. Draw Echo Vions. Past in Flames costs 4. So I could leave a blue, or I could leave a red, Manamorphose into Frantic Search again. Is Time Twister better than that? Is Echo of Eons better than that? Because it would be better to cast Echo of Eons and still have it in the grave. If I Past in Flames, and I Manamorphose, and then Frantic Search, I'm at 3 mana. Frantic Search can get Echo into the grave, though, and I could draw, like, Turnabout, but I don't think I'd have the mana to cast it. I think I am just going to cast Echo of Eons. It's kind of just mulligans my opponent's hand, and it completely disrupts everything they did with the Portent. Okay. This is a pretty good follow-up. Let's go ahead and attack them for 2. Okay, opponent untaps. We get Duressed, so they probably take Turnabout, or Exploration here. Either would be reasonable. Mirari's Wake I could also see them taking. We do have another draw 7 ready to go with Echo of Eons, so like them taking Time Spiral is not as big of a deal. Because like we can Exploration, play Mountain, Manamorphose Turnabout Time Spiral, actually, which is pretty good. And that would be significantly less good if we cast Echo instead, because we wouldn't get to untap our lands. So they take Turnabout, and they preordain. Do they not have a land? Okay, they play a tap land, so they could have Force. Okay, we untap. Draw Mana Leak. So, play Trop. Play Exploration. Play a Mountain. Manamorphose into red, blue. Then Time Spiral. Untap all my mana. Then I can just Mind's Desire. I can Manamorphose first, actually, and then Mind's Desire. That's pretty good. So we Manamorphose... Well, I can Manamorphose Faithless Looting Mind's Desire into red, blue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? Yeah, okay. So let's Time Walk instead of Faithless Looting. If they have a counter spell, they'll counter that. Otherwise, we just reload. Okay. They Force, so Force is out of the way. That's an extra Storm count. Yeah. Let's go full send here. Mind's Desire. Land. Land. Mirari's Wake. Past in Flames. Echo Vions. That's pretty decent. Land. And Frantic Search. Oh my god. Alright, Mirari's Wake. Frantic Search. We can discard, I guess, like Thousand Year Storm, Omnath, untap, 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 then cast Past in Flames, then Frantic Search, discard. Actually, no, we can hold on to Mana Leak, just ditch the lands here. Then Manamorphose to red, then Turnabout, land, untap, and then Ignite Memories with Mana Leak backup. Not that I'm, like, unless they're holding 5 lands, this should work. Okay. Alright, we got him. And we still had a draw 7 ready to go if we needed it. Yeah, let's run it back. I'm glad that worked out. Baited that Force with the Time Walk. Gave us that extra Storm count. I'm not sure that it would have mattered too much. I guess they could have countered like a Mind's Desire copy, or prevented us from flashing back Mind's Desire, which could be good, but this seems decent. It's an early Time Walk, really just as an Explore. But if we can get Omnath down and then Cultivate, that's pretty good. Draw Manamorphose, okay. So, play an island, pass the turn. We've not seen Strip Mine. I don't think we need to worry about Strip Mine. Opponent plays a Marsh Flats. They fetch, probably to get a Tundra. They could get, like, an Underground Sea. I think they have one. Yep. They get an Underground Sea. They chart a course. Ditching an island. We untap. We draw Vendilion Click. So, play a Plains. Time Walk. Next turn, we draw Steam Vents. Play Steam Vents, and we will click them on their draw step. See what you got going on over there. Fractured Identity, Thoughtseize, Coalition Relic. Fractured Identity on Omnath would be pretty bad, but Thoughtseize is actually worse. So I'm going to take Thoughtseize from you. Opponent plays an island. They play Coalition Relic. They charge it up. We untap. We draw Electromancer. So, play a Forest. Play Electromancer. Can I Manamorphose Frantic Search into Omnath Cultivate? Manamorphose gets me from 3 to... or from 2 to 3 mana, and then Frantic Search takes me from 3 to 4 mana, which I could then cast Omnath with, but I don't think it's worth it. I think we wait. Because they might Fractured Identity either Vendilion Click or Electromancer. If they do, they probably take Omnath from us. But if they for some reason Fractured Identity Electromancer, we're fine. Okay, Coalition Relic. Charge counter comes off. They play Windswept Heath. Fractured Identity Vendilion Click. Okay, they get to see my hand. It's a pretty good Storm hand, for being honest. If they don't take Omnath, we're playing Omnath. If they do take Omnath, we have to see what we draw. Frantic Search. Interesting. We untap, draw another island, play Omnath, draw a card, Mind's Desire, play an island, gain life, pass the turn, and next turn we're going to cast a whole bunch of spells. A whole bunch of spells. Opponent fetches up a tri-land. They did not charge up Relic last turn. They could have if they'd tapped differently. Opponent plays a Plateau. Attacks us for 3, that's fine. We untap. We draw Exploration. So let's Cultivate. They're going to Petty Theft Omnath. This is fine, I think. Because I should be able to get up to Mind's Desire anyway. So if I go Forest, Forest, put 1 into play, then I can play a Forest. And I can Manamorphose, adding green, red. Exploration is mana neutral. I have 5 mana. Yeah, so play Exploration. It's a free storm count, as long as it resolves. Then Mind's Desire for 5. I mean, 5 has the potential to be very strong, especially in a deck like this with so many draw 7s. 1000-Year Storm! And Brain Freeze. Alright. So cast 1000-Year Storm. Time Twister. 3 copies of Time Twister. You know, we're just really gonna draw a whole bunch of stuff. None of it we can cast or really use, but it is silly. And then I think we just Brain Freeze, because that should be enough copies, right? I could have cast Echo of Eons first. Opponent could have a large Eldrazi. They're going to force a Brain Freeze. And then scoop. We did it! 4-color Omnath Wheelstorm, baby! That's awesome! Oh, 4-color Omnath Wheelstorm. We have 5 play points, a Grand Crescendo with extended art, and a Phyrexian Unlife. Man. Can I not like see this? Hang on. View previous deck. Like, look at this deck. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 draw 7s, 2 pieces of power 9, one of which is a Time Walk, and we were winning with Ignite Memories of all things. This is awesome. So if that doesn't get a like out of you guys, I don't know what will. But please leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe to the channel if you're so inclined, and remember you can follow me on Twitch. Same username over there as you find me on here. I generally am streaming about once a week as of the time of this recording, but this is in the distant future from when this was recorded, so you'll want to check in. But a great place to do that is on my Discord. Link should be in the description below, and if you feel like supporting me directly, I do also have a Patreon. You are all wonderful human beings. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!